Alright, folks, I am back. This is my first one of these for a little while actually. I've got a pickups video and I've picked up, this is probably going to be my biggest pickups video yet because I've had a busy last few weeks. But I've been down with COVID. I think I've had Omicron for the last couple of weeks, so I've not really been up for making videos and stuff, but I have still been collating stuff along the way, and I wanted to make sure I got this one done because most of the stuff I've got here is actually gifts, donations from friends and fellow YouTubers, who I will give a couple of shout outs to along the way. So I wanted to make sure that I did all this properly, but it is stacking up and I need to get it all on the shelves. So the first set of stuff I'm going to go through with, right, I'm going to give a shout out now to a very good friend of the family, Steve-O. Hi, Steve. He's not been watching this channel up to now, I don't think, but he will be now because I'm going to make him, because he's he came up to me at a family do a few weeks ago and said, you were still collecting games, do you still want some more PlayStation stuff? And I said, yeah, if you've got anything going, I'll have it. And he said, great, I'll package some stuff up to it and give it to your mum. So last week I picked up a box full of stuff, got it home and unravelled it, and the first bloody thing to come out of it, so thank you very much for this, Steve, because I was genuinely after one of these. The first thing that's come out of it, it's only a bloody PlayStation 3. Look at that. Now, I've been after a PlayStation 3 because I traded mine in when the 4 came out. I think I got 4 on launch day and traded mine in. So I got the PlayStation 2 just there. The PlayStation 1 is just out of shop. And actually, that was a donation from Steve years ago, way before the Foxbox was a thing. So Steve kind of got some of this stuff started because I don't know what became of my original PS1. I've got the PS1, the 2, and the 4 is just over here powering the sports telly because I've got Sky Go rigged up to it. So I've been after the 3 to kind of complete the set. I'm still not convinced that PlayStation 5s actually exist. I've not seen any evidence of it, so I'll get one at some point. But this is completed up to now the PlayStation family, because I've also got the PSP and the Vita just in that cabinet, you can just see. So I've got a full suite of PlayStations now, so thank you very much, Steve. And then with it came a stack of games. Now, I'm from Derby, right, but I'm a Forest fan. Steve-O's from Derby, and I don't know if you're a Derby fan, Steve-O, and I don't know if this was deliberate. If it was, well done, mate, well done. Because the first 2 games I pulled out of the box was FIFA 11 and FIFA 12. Bog standard old PS3 games, both of which have got Wayne Rooney on the cover. Are you trolling me there? Because if you are, like I say, well done, well done. So I've got a few football ones actually here. I've got FIFA 11, FIFA 12, FIFA 13, and then the 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa. Now, Steve, why did you have this? Because this was the worst World Cup of all time and the worst football game of all time. And I am including Pele's Soccer for the Atari in that. I don't know why you had this, Steve, but it's going to take a pride of place in the collection. Don't worry, it's going on the shelf. Right, now for some good stuff. Now this one I was excited to see when it came out because this brings back all sorts of memories. This is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Right, now this came out when I was at college, and I'm not giving my age away there because I kind of went back to college through work later. And all the youths in my class who were a few years younger than me were talking about this coming out for weeks, months, right? And they all play online and they do all that stuff. And they're all talking about us as a college class, all squadding up and, we're going to do this and win all these matches. So I queued up with the buggers, right, at midnight. It's the only time I've ever bought a game at midnight, and I was queuing up outside Sainsbury's in Selly Oak in Birmingham. Bought it at midnight, went home. I must have played a couple of games on it and then gone to bed. By the time I woke up, the lads in my class had all passed prestige level. They were back to 0 and were going for the second prestige. They were unbelievable at it. And I played one game with them and I thought, I ain't rolling with these boys. I can't play with these. I absolutely loved the campaign mode on this one. I know generally you buy these for the online stuff. I thought the campaign mode was great on this one. And funnily enough, I was talking about this with someone recently. Because of course, I mean, with everything going off in the world at the minute, of course, this is the one that had the controversial no Russian mission on it. And I was talking about that recently with someone against the backdrop of everything that's happening at the moment. So, yeah, funny that one's come up. But that is a game that brings back some serious memories for me. So, thank you very much, Steve, for that one. Another Call of Duty one is Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, I played this. I had this when it came out. I don't remember a huge amount about it, but I always thought it was weird with this. And I think it was explained somewhere. Right, my wife's name is Sally, right? And her lucky number is 4. She's a bit of a 4 obsessive. And then it's got Sally scratched on it. And then a 4. I think it's actually 9. I think there's a 5 next to it as well. But it's like Sally and then 4 marks, which she picked up on, weirdly. As soon as I bought the game home, I said, I bought this. And she went, oh, look, it says Sally 4 on the gun. So it was explained in one of the games what that meant, I think. But that's the only thing I ever remember when I see that cover. So, Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, more shooting. I don't know this one. This is Crisis 3. I've never played this game, but I'm interested because the guy on the front seems to be shooting a compound bow. And I do, well, not so much these days, but I do archery and I have a compound bow. So anything that has a compound bow in it in a game is good. In fact, I'm going to come back onto the archery stuff in a minute. Right. Hold that thought, because yeah. So anyway, I don't know this game, but when I get the PlayStation rigged up properly, I'll definitely give it a go because it looks pretty cool. But I don't know what it is. And then this last one, I've seen these types of games before and never had one. I don't really know. I've never really played one, but this is quite exciting. This is Buzz Quiz World, and then it comes with a little bag and 4, I think it's 4, yeah, 4 buzzers. So you've got the colours and then the thing on it, but like a fastest finger first, I'm guessing that is. So I've got 4 of these controllers and a little attachment to plug it in. Now actually, my mum loves a quiz, and actually Steve-O, who gave me all this stuff, is a friend of the family through, well, it's a pub quiz team with my mum, amongst other things. So I might have to take this to my mum's next time he's around and do a quiz with them on it, because I think that seems appropriate. So, thank you very much, Steve, for that stack of PS3 stuff. You've got my PS3 collection back off the ground. And actually, so I've been collecting, you can just see, I don't know how clearly you can make it out, I've got running along the back of that cabinet a full set of Assassin's Creed games. Now, the only one that I've never played is Assassin's Creed Rogue. And I have it on the PlayStation 3, and I picked it up not that long ago, but I haven't been able to play it because I didn't have a PlayStation 3, so now I have got one. I can finally complete the Assassin's Creed arc, so thank you very much, Steve-O. That is great. I hope you like this nonsense and stick around and like and subscribe and all that shit. Right, the next set of pickups I've got. Now, this was a gift from a fellow YouTuber, David Tyler Games Hunter, who many of you know and love. I saw him a couple of weeks ago at the Stafford Game Fair, and he got in touch with me a couple of days beforehand and said, "You, after some stuff, he's got a few spares." And I said, "Well, particularly on the Master System side of things, I've got a few spares." So I was quite up for that because I bought the Master System 2 just before Christmas on a complete and utter whim. I did no research, didn't know if I wanted it or not. And it came with a few games. I just saw one on Gumtree, flogging one around the corner. And actually, I've got it running on the telly in the background. That's Sonic 2 demo happening. So, some Master System games getting donated was great fun. So, just running through them, he has given me F-16 Fighter, which is the only one I've had time to play so far. And I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with that. That's going to take a little bit of time, I think. Now, this one was funny. This is pro wrestling, right? But it was just the box and the manual, but no games cartridge. So I went on eBay for less than £3 delivered. I bought the pro wrestling cartridge to go in it, and that is now a complete set. So F-16 Pro Wrestling. Another one that's just a cartridge by itself is Action Fighter. And the last one, now this is a curious one because it's a box with the cover missing, but in it we have Shadow of the Beast, the game and the cover. So I've been trying to find, like, to see if I can download a reproduced sleeve to go on the box, but I can find one for every game but that. So I reckon what I'm going to do is maybe buy a second copy box but cheap because it doesn't have the manual, and then I can sell that cartridge back on again and end up with a case that will probably only end up costing me a couple of quid. So I will make that a complete game. So that is I think 4 games added to my Master System collection, so thank you very much. The other ones are, there's 2 Megadrive ones here. Now, there's a bit of a miscue because I don't actually have a Megadrive, but what I've got is, I do have a Megadrive, but it's the Megadrive Mini with the pre-built ones in it that doesn't take the cartridges. But anywho, I have Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is happening now, and Mega Games 1, which has got Super Hang-On and World Cup Italia 90. Still a better football game than South Africa FIFA. Now, although I don't have a Mega Drive at the moment, but what I am going to get soon is a Retron, probably a Retron 5, because they play SNES, NES, and Mega Drive games. And I haven't got space for all them, you see behind me, I'm at capacity on the console shelf now. I can't have a SNES and a NES, I've just got nowhere really to put it without it looking junky back here. So I might get a Retron at some point soon, because I keep seeing, like the Stafford show we were at, I saw quite a few NES and SNES games just in boxes, and I thought, they're probably good buys, cheap buys at a place like this, but well, the console, and I don't want to just keep buying endless hardware, so I'm going to hang on to those and have a go when I get the Retron. So that is some particularly retro stuff. I've also got from David Manhunt on the PlayStation 2, which I definitely had this but don't remember. Well, I feel like everybody had this when it came out, but I don't remember much about it, so I'm going to give that one another go. And then some PS1 games. Tomorrow Never Dies. Now, I had this and World Is Not Enough one Christmas, and I very nearly bought it again on eBay for about 5-10 quid, like literally in the last few weeks. So when this popped out of the bag of tricks from David, I was pretty chuffed. So yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies, they're always good games. Simpsons Wrestling, I mean, it's a classic. I'm a big Simpsons fan. And a wrestling fan, so what's not to love about that? Definitely looking forward to playing this. Now I'm gonna come back onto my archery comment, because it's the night before the Stafford show. David sent me a little video. He panned across on his table saying these are all the ones, and one of them was Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, and I said, I'll have all of them, just don't be giving me Yu-Gi-Oh! I hate it. I can't stand Yu-Gi-Oh! But he's giving it me, so it's mine. So a new feature for the Foxbox that may or may not happen is, can I shoot an arrow through the hole in a disc? And I really hope I can't. I can't tell you how much I hope I can't. But, yeah, that ain't getting played. It's going on the shelf for a little bit until I shoot it. Or hoy it into a canal. But thank you very much, David. Really, really appreciate that. I'm sure most people watching this channel are already aware of yours, but I'll put a link on underneath just for in case some of the others don't. But yeah, really appreciate that, mate. And then another gift. There's a bit of a funny tale with this one. This isn't a game as such, although it's gaming related. This is from Liam, Retro Ram 88, my good friend. Now this is a book, right? This is the Art of Atari book, which is great. I've started having a look through this. Now the reason that this is funny is because Liam sent me a link to this. He'd seen it on Vinted for a £5, and he sent me a link a couple of weeks ago saying, "Here's a good one for you for your Atari collection. Get this." And I'm not on Vinted, but my missus is, so I forwarded the link to her, and she didn't look at it until she got home. And I said, "Oh, buy me that thing. I'll give you a £5." She went on and went, "Oh, it's sold." And we had a little bit of a to-do about the fact that she didn't look at me text in time. "Oh, it's missed it now. This is 40 quid on Amazon, blah, blah, blah." Anyway, it sold to Liam, who bought it for me as a present. So he showed up again to the Stafford show a couple of weeks ago with it. And it's quite a good book. If people are into Atari and haven't got it, it's got, you know, it's a bit cumbersome for me to try and show it up to the camera, I guess. But it's got a lot of the artwork of the games. Mostly sort of cover art and things like that. There's a lot of history about it. Just some, I don't know if you can see that, there's some unused artwork for Pac-Man there of him looking completely off his tits on ketamine. So yeah, quite a good book, that one. It's quite a nice coffee table book just to flick through. So yeah, thank you very much, Liam. Really appreciate that. So that is the gifts from the other YouTubers. In fact, whilst I'm shouting out other YouTubers, it's not a pickup as such, but I just wanted to say a little quick thank you to Mark at Geordie Slasher Gaming, because he took a bit of time out a couple of weeks ago to give me some tips on YouTube. I'm shit at this. I'm just uploading crap off my phone, and he spent a bit of time showing me how to set up the videos properly and do everything. Now, he did say he didn't want YouTube fame from it, but I thought I'd just give him a quick shout out because I know he's getting some shit from some other YouTubers at the minute, so I thought I'd just send a bit of Foxboxy love your way, so thank you very much for that. Now, I'm going to jump onto my own pickups now. Now this is a set of Intellivision games that I bought. This was a job lot that I picked up off on eBay. Now, there's 7 games here, and I paid less than 30 quid for them. They're all complete, they're all working, they've all got the tags and stuff. I won't, the things that you put on the controllers, I won't get them all out because I've bought like some of the plastic cases because the boxes are pretty goosed. But I have Space Battle, I have Sharp Shot, which I originally thought was an NFL game. But looking at it now, it appears to be throwing footballs at spaceships, and there's a bit of a battleship thing going on. So yeah, Sharp Shot, I'm not quite sure what that is. Tron Deadly Discs. There's 2 Tron games from the Intellivision. There's this and Tron Deadly Maze, I think it's, or is it just called something Maze? I'm going to try getting that one as well, so I've got both of them, but I've got Tron Deadly Discs. Space Hawk, that seems to be a pretty popular one for the Intellivision. That seems to crop up quite a lot on lists of things. That one I'm going to save till the last. Soccer, again, better than the World Cup South Africa FIFA. Lack of vuvuzelas and that. So soccer, that's a good one. And then Armour Battle, which seems to be very much like combat on the Atari, albeit slightly more detailed layout, if you can see that. And then the last one, it's not a remarkable game in any way. It's Major League Baseball. But this just made me chuckle when it arrived. I'm going to take this one out of the box because it was described as box was in poor condition, and now I've put it in its case. It looks all right on the shelf. The poor condition that the box was in. Well, first of all, you've got the cartridge, which is good. You've got 3 actually. One must be a spare of the tickets that you put on the controller. You've got slightly chewed, but not too bad box. Instruction manual. And then the box that was in slightly poor condition is just a flap. It's not really a box at all. It's just a flap. So that made me chuckle when it came out. Anyway, it looks all right in the box, but I think it's Tootie. I think you're quite a fan of restoring old card for these games. I don't know if you could do anything with that one, mate. But yeah, the box saves all. And then the last stack of stuff. Where is it? I've got a lot of things on my table in front of me here. Right. Now this isn't for everyone, because I get why people don't like it, but I've come into Evercades recently, and I've been chasing my arse with it a little bit, because my first Evercade was start of this year. It was the limited edition purple handheld, and I bought some of the more recent cartridges and a couple of the earlier ones, but they're up to like the mid-20s now, and I was struggling to buy them. So I was looking out for a bundle, and boy did I get one. So I won't go through every single game here because it's monotonous, but for 130 quid I got the Evercade Premium Pack, which all this is opened but essentially brand new. So there's a semi-unboxing video there. If people haven't had an Evercade before, aren't really sure about them, they are good. When I first found out about them, I kind of ignored them because I thought, like a lot of people, I thought they were going to be a bit shit. And actually, you can see just in the corner, I've got Blaze's handheld Atari. Or is it just there? And it's all right as a gimmick, but it's a bit shit. And I kind of assumed that this was going to be the same, but here I have the standard handheld, and with that as a premium pack, I think that came with 3 cartridges, which was the Atari one, the Namco one, and the Interplay one. But so I didn't have any of those 3 because I never actually bought that package. But what I bought for 130 quid was that and a stack of 11 games. Now that's a steal, because these new are 17, 18, 19 quid these days, depending on which one you want. Now 4 of these I already have. So I'm going to stick 4 of these back on eBay to help cover some of the costs, and they'll probably go second hand for about 15 quid each. So if I can get 60 quid for them, I've paid what, 70 quid for the console and 7 games, which I think is pretty good considering I've kind of got the carts half price there. I mean, if people haven't played an Evercade before, you basically come in little boxes like that, and you get the old school style cartridge, and then a little book, which is a little bit like the old manuals you get with the proper retro games. It's kind of got all the controls on it and a little bit of the history and what you're supposed to be doing. Now, I follow a lot of Evercade stuff on Twitter, and a lot of people like it for these little booklets alone. So they make quite nice little collectible things, and the cartridges generally tend to have between 10 and 20 games on each one, and they're all kind of split up into you know, the developer. So there's Atari. Well, there's the Atari Lynx, Codemasters. That one was Oliver Twins, Namco, Interplay, Bitmap Brothers. You know, they're all the developers, and some of them. The Bitmap Brothers is a good one recently because it's got three different versions of Speedball, Xenon Mega Blast, and then also Chaos Engine, which is quite a good game. And if they play well on the modern handhelds as well. And then I also, so that was all the bundle that I got. And then I also at Stafford picked up a load more for a tenner a pop. It was another Namco one, the second Interplay one, and then Data East. So I think I've probably got, you won't be able to see them, but I've got a little collection happening down there on the shelf. So I've probably got all the cartridges up to about 15, 16 now, and I think they're up into the mid-20s. So the recent ones, they're not on eBay. There's a lot of people who bought this stuff and then realise it's not for them and put it straight on eBay, which is fair enough. So there's some good of the earlier cartridges. There's some good deals to be had on eBay. I think I'm gonna have to buy the rest of them new. But that is me caught up. So that is a huge stack of pickups, and it's slightly worrying that my shelf is almost at capacity. And I think what I'm going to have to start doing is, I reckon I've got the shelf space to have maybe a top 5, top 10 games for each console that I've got. So I'll have, you know, say a 10. I might get 10 Master System games, and then every time I buy one, I'm going to get rid of the one that I like the least, you know, until I can build up my ultimate top 10. I'm going to have to do that on most of them, because I see your channels and you've got walls and walls of Billy bookcases and thousands of games. Looks amazing. I just haven't got the space for it out here. I'm in a small corner of the garage, which brings me on to the fact that I am going to do a bloody room tour. I was supposed to film it about 3 weeks ago, and then COVID got me, and then I've just had piles of pickups everywhere that I wanted to get. I just wanted to get this done first, so I can get them on the shelves, tidy things up, and get that bloody room tour video done, which I might do later in the week. So once again, thank you very much, Steve-O. Thank you very much, Liam. Thank you, David. And yeah, I will see you definitely for the room tour video in the next few days. Watch out for it, and I will see you all soon. Thank you very much.